Hello and welcome back guys to another lesson on Adobe Premiere Pro. In this lesson we're going to go over transition. Transition is very simple in Adobe Premiere Pro and it makes your video look much more aesthetic and a much more good while you're presenting it. So transitions I'm going to show you guys in this lesson, and also I'm gonna go ahead and make a video using transitions to make you much more better adaptive to Adobe Premiere Pro transitions. So let's go ahead to Adobe Premiere Pro and start practicing. Okay, so we're back in Adobe Premiere Pro and we have a clear sequence over here, clear timeline. We have two sequences. All right, so this one I'm going to go ahead and cut it because we don't need it. We're going to start out fresh right over here. All right, so firstly I'm going to go ahead and tell you how the transition works. All right, so for instance, if I go ahead and import a video from over here, let's import two videos, this one and this one. All right, let's import it. Now if we go to sequence 4, we have these two videos selected. All right, now if you take a look over here, once this video transfers to this video, it only has a minimum time frame. It just blinks and then just goes into the next video. So what I want to do here is I want to add a transition that would delay it and also make it look much smoother. All right, so where do you find these transitions in Adobe Premiere Pro? Now Premiere Pro can be a vast software where you can't find a lot of functions, but you would find it if you know where to look for it. All right, so where do you find the transitions? It's very simple. If you go to effects over here on your sequence panel, right over here in effects, you'll find all of these options, and in the middle you'll find this effects. If we go to effects, and then you will find a lot of these options right over here. Let me just clear out all of these drop down bars, then you would understand better. All right, so this one as well. Now you'll find an interface like this. Okay, it has presets, Lumetri presets, audio effects, audio transitions, video effects, video transitions, then custom bin 1 and custom bin 2. We don't need that. What we need in this lesson is video transitions. All right, that is the function that we need right now. Now as soon as you go into video transition, if you click on it, you'll just select it. You have to click on the drop down bar right over here on this arrow. All right, now if I click on it, you'll find all of these options of transitions that you will find in this folder. Okay, now you can't just get these transitions just by clicking on them. You have to click on the drop down bar as well, like this dissolve one. For instance, if I want to add one of these transitions, if I click on them, they won't be added. Okay, you have to add it in a fashion. So in what fashion is that? You just have to simply drag and drop it. All right, so if I add this additive dissolve, I have to just click on it and then I have to drag it. And once I drag it, you'll see that you can place it first. You can place it as an intro or a transition between two videos. All right, so it says here insufficient media. This transition will contain repeated frames. Okay, no problem, I'll still use it. All right, so this is a very limited video. Okay, so a very short video, so that's why it's saying an error like that. All right, so let's play this video. So now you can see how it transitions, right? So let's try out another one. You can just go ahead and right click it and you'll find these two options: set transition duration. You can also set its duration, like how long this transition will last. All right, for instance, if I set it, you will find an option like this. It's like 1 second. If I want it for like 5 seconds, I can set it up to that as well. Like you can see, it goes up to 5 seconds. All right, now if I play it, you can see how long it takes for one transition to take place. All right, so I don't want it for 5 seconds. I want it for, let's say, just 1 second. All right, it's fine for 1 second. Let's go ahead and play it. You can see how it transitions, right? Now, if you want to clear, just click on clear and it will just clear out. Now, if you want any other transition, you can use that as well, like just like this, or just place it just like that and it will just transition on itself just like that. Okay, now there are a lot of variants of transitions over here. Okay, a lot of things to work on. All right, so that is how you add transitions. Now let me show you how you can actually implement it on a video and how you can actually create a video. All right, let's get into it. So to start off making a video, let me first delete all of these. I'll just select it all and then right click, cut. Everything is clear here on sequence 1, 2, 3, and 4. Everything is clear. All right, so we have our transitions over here. Now we need videos and an audio as well. I want to add a music as well, so the video looks much better and much cooler as well. All right, so let's go to our folder. Let's select this selection tool. Let's go to our folder where our videos lie. So we're going to drop all the videos from over here. So I have these 3 videos right here. Okay, or I want to add 4 videos. So firstly, I want to add this one. Let's just drop it like that, and then let's add this one. Let's make this like this, and let's go back to our folder. So I added these 2. Let's add this one. Let's keep it right here, and let's add this one as well. This is a pretty long video, 1-minute video, so still I'm gonna add it. Okay, once it is done, we're going to add the music. Let's add the music later. First, let's add these videos. Okay, so I have these audios as well, but these audios won't work because they're all silent videos. So I'm just gonna cut off all these audios. All right, so right click, cut. Also this one, right click, cut. Make sure you don't have any other audios available. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with this one. We have this one as well. Okay, so by mistake I downloaded 2 of the same videos, so let's select it again, cut. Let's go ahead and drop the rest of the videos. So let's take this one first, and then we're going to place it perfectly. All right, I'm going to make this smaller so it's easier for me to navigate, and then I'm gonna drop this video right over here. Okay, let it stay just like that. Cut off the audio. All right, so firstly I have to make this a bit bigger. All right, so once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and add another one. This one, place it right over here. Okay, it's the same one. Okay, so let's make this smaller again. Now let's add this one. So once this one is added, we're going to add another one, which is going to be this one. We're going to place it right over here. So firstly, we need to make this a bit bigger. Place it right after this one. And now I'm going to select this video right over here. Still, it's not being selected, so I have to make this a bit bigger again. Let's go ahead and try it right now. Okay, so now it's adding. This is only the audio. So since we can't add this over here, I'm going to add this from here to this sequence. Okay, we'll just get copied. All right, so after that is added over here, I'm going to add this one as well. Okay, all right, so now since both of them has been added, Now I can add them from here. So drag it and drop it right over here, and then also drag the other one, which was this one. Drag it and drop it right over here, right? Okay, so we got our videos now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off the audio, cut this one and this one as well. All right, so we have our audio videos. All right, so let's make them organized. Let's keep this one right over here. Okay, this one right over here. Let's all right, so these are the two videos that we have right over here. Just like this. We're going to move this one from here, and now we're going to move this one right over here. Okay, so let's see which one is this one. Let's cut this one out. All right, so let's get these videos again. Let's place it this one right here. If I play it, all right, so this is going to be our first video starter, and then we're going to have another one. It's this one. Okay, not this one. We're going to take this one right over here. Let's play this. Okay, so this is going to be our second video from over here. Cut this one out. All right, and this is going to be our third video from here. Start off like this, and then we have the other video. It got deleted, so we're gonna get it from here. So this is the one right over here. Just take it and paste it right over here. Okay, so this is gonna be our last video. Okay, so let's take a look at the whole video. So this is how it starts, and this is how it goes, and it keeps going, and this is going to be the end. All right, okay, so we have our video layout ready. Okay, so let's add a music now. So to add a music, just go over your folder. You can just go ahead and drag and drop the music wherever you want. Okay, so this is the music we've added. So I just downloaded a random music from Pixabay and then just added it. Let's say, now let's play it. Music ready. Now let's go with the transitions. Okay, so the main part of the lesson, we have to add some transitions. I want to add a simple transition while opening this with this opening shot. Okay, so to add the transitions, just go to effects and you'll find all of these transitions. I told you how you can find them. Okay, so here I want, let's say, something that will let's go with page peel, not page peel, or slide. Okay, so this barn doors, I'm going to use this barn doors over here. It's like that. Now let's see. Just for the opening. All right, so let's make this a bit bigger right now. All right. another transition over here. Okay, so let's see which one goes good. Let's go with, let's say, clock wipe. Okay. Okay, so I want to change the transition over here. I don't want this transition over here. Clear. Okay, I want to give a transition right over here, okay? Right over here. So let's split this. Use the razor. Split it right over here. And then we're going to add a transition over here. Let's say, let's give it, let's find appropriate one. So I'm going to use this band slide over here. I'm just going to drag and drop it right over here. Okay, no problem. Not over here, actually. We're going to add it right over here. Okay. Okay, so we added this transition right over here. You can see. All right, so we're gonna keep it that way. Now let's see what we can do in the next transition. So let's go ahead and find another one. So from here, if I go down to this slide option right here, I can select this slide transition and take it right over here. All right, so once it is added, let's see how it looks. All right, it looks pretty fine. Now let's go ahead and mention the rest of the video. Let's make this a bit smaller so we can navigate. All right, this makes it easier. And if I go ahead and dial it like this. All right, so I want to cut from this moment right over here, okay? I want to cut it from here, so I'm just going to use the razor tool. Let's cut it from over here. And now I'm just going to go ahead and see. So since I've cut it from over here, I'm gonna cut it from another place as well, like this one. Just so it has a smooth transition, I'm gonna cut it from over here, right over here, okay? So after doing that, I'm gonna select this part over here. I'm going to cut it because I don't need that part. I'm gonna join this part right over here, and I'm gonna join this part over here as well. All right. Okay, now let's add a transition over here. All right. So to add a transition, we're gonna select one from here. So I want something to blur this, so I'm gonna go over to this immersive video option, and I'll find this VR spherical blur right over here, and I'm gonna take this and move it right over here. Now let's see. All right, so as soon as this frame zooms out, I'm going to add a text over here, right? Right over here, all right? So let's add a text. Let's use the type tool from over here, and we're going to add a text right over here. All right, so let's type in skate for life. Life. And now let's select the selection tool, and now let's align this. All right, so it's a pretty big text, so I'm just going to shorten it out just like this. If I want, I can add some color. Let's go ahead and add some color over here. So right click and click on edit properties, and I'll find this properties right over here. So from here, you'll find all the options right over here. All right, so let's go ahead and change the color to, let's say, let's give it a pinkish vibe. All right, now let's go ahead and check out. All right, so now let's see how it looks. Okay, so we have our text ready. All right, so now let's go ahead and add the transition. So in this case, we don't need a transition because already the video blurs out. Okay, so now what we need to do here is I need to cut off the extra audio right over here. Okay, I'm gonna keep it dark for this part, so I'm just gonna cut the rest of the audio. Select this, select it again, cut. All right. Okay, so the video ends like that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and export our file. Okay, it's only 44 seconds, almost a minute longer, so it wouldn't take much time to render. So let's go ahead and export. Let's give it high quality, say 4K, export. Now, high quality content might take some time to render, so we have to wait for it. Okay, so now our render is complete. Let's go ahead and check out our video that we made. Let's go to our folder where the video lies. All right, so here we have our video right over here. All right, so that was our video that we made, the transition video. That's how you use transitions on Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, another thing that you can keep in mind is that you can add a fade in audio transition if you want. All right, so at the end, if I, let's say, go to this audio transition, you'll find it right over here, audio transitions. If you go there, and you'll find this crossfade, and at the end you'll find this exponential fade. You can just drag and drop it right over here, and once you do that, you can see that the audio fades out. All right, so that is a fitting end to your video, if in my opinion. All right, so I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope you learned something, and if you have any problem, you can ask us, no problem. And with this, I'm going to end this lesson right over here, and I will see you in another lesson. Okay, goodbye.